At number 5, a footballing knight whose image and name has become synonymous with not just Manchester United, but with everything that's good about English football. A name known to millions worldwide. Sir Bobby Charlton.
Here's Charlton. Working away in defence to Styles. Best. Charlton deciding to move up. I think he knows in his heart of hearts it's a forlorn task facing his team now. Double through for one, a beauty.
I came to United when I was 15 from the northeast as a schoolboy international who thought he probably knew everything about the game, and then suddenly found out, you know, that the professional game's a lot different. I went into in the reserves. I got into the first team eventually. I played lots of games, hundreds and hundreds of games for Manchester United, and we were fairly successful.
In 1958, Bobby Charlton was one of a number of brilliant youngsters in a United side that had been christened the Busby Babes.
In the first half, the British team were making rings round the Yugoslavs, and they scored their second thanks to Bobby Charlton.
United were heading for the semi-finals of the European Cup, but on the journey home, their plane crashed at Munich airport. A team that had been set to dominate English and European football for years was devastated. 8 players died, but Bobby Charlton survived to become part of a new era for the club, an era that would bring with it unbelievable success.
Charlton. That's a goal worth remembering, isn't it? Beautiful goal by Charlton. Charlton. Oh, what a goal! Oh, what a goal!
I think I respected Jimmy Murphy's advice more than any other. He said, you just hit it and concentrate on hitting it as hard as you can, keeping it low and hitting it in the general direction. And he says, and if you don't know where the ball's going, he says, then the goalkeeper won't know either. He said, so just hit them. And the number of times I just roughly looked at where the goals were, and I would just hit it as sweetly and try to keep it as low as I can. And the number of times they used to fly in, and people used to say, oh, great goal, Bobby, you know, but I just hit it in the general direction.
And here comes Charlton! Oh, a great goal! Oh, that was a goal good enough to win the league, the cup, the Charity Shield, the World Cup, and even the Grand National.
And that was the best advice I ever had on striking.
Aston to Charlton. And Howe once again for West Ham, playing a sterling game. Morgan, Charlton, 3-1.
Best going past Pratt. Now it's Evans. Dunn. Dougal, Charlton.
Best to Charlton. What a good ball by Best. Oh, great shot and a good goal.
He always wanted to have the ball, but he was dangerous for his ability to shoot with both feet. I mean, he practiced again many hours with both feet until you probably couldn't tell which was his natural foot.
In the old days, behind Old Trafford, there was a great big wall, a big brick wall, and it was flat as a pancake. And I used to go back there and I'd just hit the ball against it. And I'd keep hitting it and then striking it back with my left foot, with my right foot, a half volley, a volley, and just keep repeating it until I was never afraid of the ball coming to me in any situation.
Morgan, Hind with him, Kidd and Law together, Charlton going in! And the goal for Bobby Charlton.
Cunelli. Oh, lovely one to Charlton. This will be it, number 5, I should think. Oh, what a goal by Bobby Charlton. What a superb goal. That is the pink ribbon on this luscious box of chocolates that Manchester United have given us tonight.
Sir Matt was the first pioneer. He was the pioneer of English football or British football to go into the European Cup. He saw that Europe was the place to be. When you think the crash was in '58, And there was like 10 years later, in '68, there was Samat picking up the European Cup. You couldn't wish for anything so dramatic.
Bobby Charlton leading Manchester United, and the wonderful old veteran Kaluna leading Benfica.
It was a big occasion for the country. We're not only representing Manchester United, we were representing England, and no English team had ever won the European Cup before.
United have got Benfica on the run now. Sadler, Charlton, a goal! He scored!
I scored 2 goals. I scored the first goal with a header, which was unusual. I went as a decoy run, really, but the ball came to me and I helped it on and it went in. By the time I scored my second goal, which is at the end of the first half of extra time, we were already 3-1 up and cruising, because they had collapsed. They just couldn't run anymore. We'd literally run them off the feet, I think.
Well, the crowd have really decided that best Charlton in the middle, so too is Aston. Charlton, another! He's got another! 9 minutes run, and this must be it now. Oh, what football was this by United?
It was a British type of win, because in extra time we'd sent the feel that we can always go that little bit further and we can pick ourselves up. But I remember those 2 goals because it was such an important match to win.
Bobby Charlton to receive the trophy from Mr. Vinaker, the President of the European Union of Football Associations. To Stanley Rouse shaking hands with Bobby Charlton and the Prime Minister, and Louis Edwards, the Manchester United Chairman. Everybody wants to shout. And here comes the lap of honour. Benfica move off towards the dressing room, but Manchester United now, the European champions. Well, we've waited a long, long time for this, but my goodness, it's been worth waiting for.
And beautiful play by Best. For Charlton, it's a possible. A good goal. A good goal.
Graham to Morgan. McDougall to Charlton.
So Bobby is synonymous with Manchester United as a club, and great shooting ability, and scored some wonderful goals.